Spider-Verse! Hey guys, welcome to the Cosmic Panel, where today we're going to be discussing our opinions and views on Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Phenomenal film, I think. Okay, that's it. Now, we're going to be going over the film a little bit. Obviously, as I screamed, spoilers, so click off if you care about that. Anyway, let's hop right into it. Overall, what do you think of the movie?
I think that if nothing else, this is a tour de force in animation. This is a sandbox where animators were able to go absolutely nuts and do their thing. And frame after frame, this is just a beautiful movie. Each spider character having their own unique drawing / animation style. To each world being, different style. It's just so much effort. Lego Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. But yes, they actually had stop motion Lego Spider-Man in the movie.
And that was one person that worked on that too.
Exactly.
In the credits, that was only one person, which is insane that they hired that one person to do that one scene.
Yep. And they knew they were right for the job, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, to like the old timey worlds that like Spot would pop into. Spot popped into, just had the shit beaten out of him with the fucking purse.
Yeah, fucking 1950s comic strip.
And then and then like, for example, like Spider-Punk had his own style when he was in the scene with other people. His colors were always moving around. He had like his own like blocking, like just shit like that, like it's just it's amazing. It's amazing. So,
and a paper vulture too.
Yeah, and can't forget about that, right?
Yeah, like that was the first moment where I was like, holy fuck.
That's how you knew that it was going to be legit from the get-go, was that right there. But yeah, just blending different animation styles. It's amazing. It was beautiful.
Plus, really respectful of the original source material. Like, Spider-Gwen's world looked exactly like the original comic run, like to the color palette, to the point where I was like legitimately like gushing. And just the fact that they were so faithful to so many different versions of the character.
Yeah.
Like you would never know that this all spawned from one fucking character.
Right.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, it's amazing. There's so many spider variants in this movie that you would have to watch it at like quarter speed, if not slower, to catch all of them.
I would need to go frame by frame, unironically.
Yeah, and they give bubbles for each one. I laughed really hard at Peter parked car.
Yeah.
He got his moment there, and they gave his name, shit like that.
They made fun of us too. They gave. I love that one point that they were just like, "Oh, you want all the cameos? Okay, fine." And then they did a couple, and then they did more, and so the entire screen was just Spider-Man of Earth, yada yada. Just like, bro, it's too much info. Oh no.
Yeah, amazing.
And it was funny. I turned to Raina, your girlfriend, and was like, Elias's brain just imploded.
Yeah, literally. I was trying to catch all of them. I was trying to like. I was literally going like this, like.
It was just too much. I was like, I needed like a photo just to be able to read all those.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think I caught one, because every time I would try to read one, another would just pop up, and I was just like, wait,
right.
But more Spider-Man.
I mean, so we can say the few that we did recognize. I mean, I saw like Bulletproof Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Spectacular Spider-Man.
Spectacular.
He got a whole voice line, and 2 voice lines actually.
Yeah, that's right. We got a lot of Ben Reilly, which was cool. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that was funny.
Andy Samberg on his voice. That was fun.
I loved how 90s-tastic he was.
Yeah, it was great.
My ripped musculature.
Upgraded spider suit.
Yeah.
For Penny. That was awesome. Now it's more comic accurate, which is really awesome.
Yeah, which was nice.
Even Noir came back at the end there. That little Web Warriors band that she assembled.
Yeah.
Actually pretty faithful to the Web Warrior comic, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, Spider-Man India and a bunch of other like members that are normally part of that group.
Yeah.
Also the mixing of live action stuff too between the like
Why was
Donald
that so
Glover.
seamless though? Like
That was
I don't
insane.
know why it felt so normal. Like it was crazy.
It was
Yeah.
it was insane that felt normal and not out of place in that film.
Yeah. So
Uh,
obviously they shouted out a bunch of the Spider-Man movies, like the live action ones. I mean, and then they also did live action Donald Glover as Prowler, which was really good.
yeah.
And then Mrs. Chang from the Venom universe.
The fact I honestly think that people would not. I don't think people. I bet you like 25% of that crowd did not get that reference at all.
Okay.
Like because
Yeah.
it's like that's a side character in a movie that like let's be honest most people have not watched.
But let's also be honest and say that there's so few important characters in the Venom movies that she has become one because like it's a running
Sure.
gag in the Venom movies now.
True,
But, like,
that is very true.
It was just so weird though.
It was definitely strange.
I
Also the shout out to Strange and Peter
Yeah.
of the MCU. That little dipshit from 19999.
Yeah.
And I love that it's just another giant fuck you to Kevin Feige, who keeps on insisting that the MCU is Earth 616, even though everyone tells him shut the fuck up, it's 19999. Just accept it.
Right.
You're fucked. No one in the comic community is ever gonna accept that answer.
Yeah, right.
Everyone's gonna keep saying literally everyone's gonna keep saying 19999
I also
because that's what it is.
Yeah. I also loved the moments of the comic book covers for like scene transitions.
Oh yeah,
And they used the actual current Marvel like banner system.
yeah.
And also the logos, were consistent. Miles Morales had his I think it was Spider-Man 2099 one.
They use it for arcs. Like I feel like you could definitely like I like that they kind of were like, okay, this is an issue. This is what an issue would be like if this was an actual comic. Okay, we moved on. New issue drop. Like that was seamless, and I think they only did it 3 times. So it was like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
Right.
But yeah, let's talk about the plot. I think we've talked about we've gushed about the art enough.
Yeah.
If
Can't praise it enough. Honestly.
yeah, no, seriously, like if anyone who ever says that this is badly animated, I'm sorry, but like you're actually blind. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're actually blind.
I haven't met anyone who said that yet, but if you do say that, then yeah.
You should see some of the letterbox reviews. They're so funny, man.
Okay.
I'll
Like
send you
funny
some.
good or funny bad?
Funny good. Like some of the half star. Like there was a person yesterday that was like, give it a half star. Is like, I haven't watched the movie yet, but I kind of wanted to balance out the rating system. So I saw too many people giving 5. So here you go.
Mm-hmm.
just brutally honest. Just being like, yeah, too many people are giving it a 5, so I'm gonna just give it a half star.
That's funny.
And another one saying like, Donald Glover didn't start dancing "This Is America" right in front of the screen in front of me. It's unfair.
That's good.
So yeah, no, pretty crazy. But the plot.
What were your thoughts on the plot?
I will say I love that Gwen is the protagonist. Because yes, Miles is a character, a
Great
very
idea,
important
though.
character. I don't think he's the main character. I'm pretty sure it's Gwen, and I love that because as much as I loved Gwen in the last movie, she was missing a little bit of time. I feel like we got barely a little bit of a look at her Peter and like her world, and it was kind of brushed past because it was kind of expected. Okay, you get what this means. Like you don't need your hand held for this. This one they took the time. It was like 30 minutes before we even got Miles. It felt like that at least.
It was a minute.
It was
sure.
a significant chunk of time before we even saw Miles, and I love that because it gave us a moment to calm down, realize where our characters are, these characters that are side characters from the previous movie and establish Spider-Gwen as a character in her own right. And no matter what, the personality kept shining through from the soundtrack when she's playing in the beginning to like the moment where she's like hiding her suit in the the bass drum. Like I was tweaking during that. I was like, bro, that's such a smart place to hide it
I
too.
know, I love that.
And she had the drum key on, and she fucking whipped the drum key to open it. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
the
god,
lug, yeah.
yeah. But then on top of that, her fighting like, and keeping up with 29/9 and all them was really really sick to just see a Spider Woman just really shine and just prove that she is legitimately top notch. Like she is not a dime a dozen. Our Gwen is the best Gwen. Let's be honest.
Opening with Gwen was a great choice, I think. I think it was a very good choice because there's a lot of story there, obviously, with her dad and stuff.
Yeah. And also, I love the subversion of her dad quitting. Therefore, she no longer has the captain. I have to praise this. I love the canon events. I love the idea of that. Like, certain events have to happen. If they don't, they destabilize your story.
Right.
And
it was interesting. I don't know. I was conflicted about it at first.
I like it as a concept. Let me put it this way. I want it to be revealed that isn't what happens. It's something else that causes it. But because Spider-Man 2099 doesn't know better, he kind of leads everyone on this like cult-esque mission where he believes that everyone must experience these things. I kind of like it as like almost like he's misled, therefore all of them are misled.
Right.
Because that's kind of what they're gearing up for, was that 2099, he's in the wrong. He has good intentions, but he's in the wrong. And they bring it up like, we don't know that's caused by the canon events. Like, they straight up say that. Like, that could be caused by Spot. But 2099 is like, nope, that's a canon event being broken. That's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, also love 2099. He was fucking sick. Love his design. Love the fact that they didn't delve into his like the fact that he's like 50% spider. Like they didn't really explain that at all, which was cool. I do have a theory. I still believe it, but I told lies in the theater, and we didn't get any confirmation or anything like that. But I believe Miguel is somehow related to the Inheritors because specifically, when he's fighting Paper Vulture, he goes and unmasks himself and goes to eat him.
Well, he goes to bite him.
He goes to bite him, but then he stops as soon as the police see him. Like as soon as the light, and then he pulls down his mask quickly. Like he's like he can't be seen doing that. And to me, that was like, maybe instead of sending them home, maybe they're sending him to like his family or personal collection, or he later feeds on them. And maybe those shots, because he injected himself, remember?
Yeah.
Maybe those are like the multiversal energy, like distilled down, so that he's not eating in front of people, or something to curb his appetite.
I thought it was just something to curb the vampirism, because they didn't really address it at all. They just kind of did it once and didn't address it further. But I don't know. I think this movie will be better
with the sequel.
The sequel to watch it with. I don't love where it ended.
Yeah,
like the very spot they ended it. Like
Spider-Gwen's story ended in a perfect spot.
Right.
Spider-Man 2099's story ended at a perfect spot. Miles' story ended too late. It should have ended earlier.
Yeah.
I think it should have ended right at the reveal when he realizes he's on Earth 42, and then just cut. Don't show the other Miles. Showing the other Miles just... I'm sorry, but I don't care how good the other Miles is. He's not going to be able to beat our Miles. Like, he's not.
Right.
And, like, him being... Yeah, he's tied up, but, like, come on, let's be honest. Like, as soon as he does one Venom Blast, he's out of there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a tough situation. It's not hard to imagine him getting out of that. Therefore, that's not the problem. The problem that should have been left was, how do I get out of this dimension? I'm on the wrong Earth, and I don't have any way to get home.
Right.
That should have been the main crux. And I get it. They
Yeah.
probably wanted to show off the Prowler design, which was sick. Don't get me wrong. That was fucking awesome. And Miles, he had no. Did you notice that his right arm was missing?
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. So D
Well,
also didn't notice
he
this.
put the glove on one hand.
No, he didn't put it on his hand. He had a stump. He lost his right hand.
Oh.
That was D didn't notice this either, but um Aaron was tweaking the gloves and then he used it and then he gave it to Miles and Miles caught it with his left hand and you see the stump like he literally has no hand from here and he puts it on and then it activates.
Uh-huh.
So he lost his hand somehow. Which I think is very very interesting.
Hmm.
But it adds yet another layer to this character. Like maybe he lost it when his dad died. Maybe the rocks. Maybe he went to jump to stop the rocks from landing on his father, and his hand got caught under, or something simple like that. Like it could literally be anything. But I love that it hints toward a more backstory. But it could have been left for the next film. It didn't need to be here, and it really ruins the pace of it because now I'm just left not wanting more, just feeling unfulfilled at that specifically. Because he doesn't feel like a threat. You did not give him enough time to build up to that threat. I haven't seen him fight or do anything to warrant him being able to beat Miles. Like, let's say they had added like one final fight scene where him and Miles duked it out, and Miles didn't know that this was Miles. And then he defeated him instead of sneak attacking him. Then I might have been like, okay, this is a little bit more of a threat. I can understand this. Like he just beats him like full, no holds bar. Like he beats him within an inch of his life and then ties him up. Then I can understand that. But just this quick punch and that's it. And then tying him up, like it felt very,
True. But yeah, definitely have to watch it a couple more times to catch everything. Think I might like the other one as a whole a little bit more. But there's no doubt that this animation is like leveled
better
up.
than the first.
Yeah, that's the tough part, you know.
So I think if we're taking into the account the story, I think the first one is better because it tells a complete story.
Yeah.
Through and through. I think this is going to act very much like I think this is going to be more of a two-parter than Endgame and Infinity War. In the fact that this is a direct continuation. There's no going to be time. There's not going to be a time jump. We know that Aaron Davis dies the next day. That is what he's destined. So we know the next movie is going to take over in literally the next day. There's no in between time.
Yeah.
So unlike Endgame and Infinity War, where they leave you on a cliffhanger and you kind of just have to sit with that, this feels like
Jeff.
Yeah, sorry, I meant to say Jeff.
Sorry, I was just
Jeff Davis
clarifying.
getting killed. Did I say Aaron?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I meant to say Jeff Davis. Instead of that, we're left with like basically a comic book run that got canceled halfway through. It feels like,
Right.
which it doesn't. That's the one thing I really really liked about the way Infinity War ended. Yes, it ended very very much with a cliffhanger, but it also ended with a cliffhanger that could settle. You could settle with those repercussions.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like that.
Right.
Because we know that the next movie has to happen in the next day. Therefore, this movie kind of requires that it be watched with the next one immediately booted up.
That's what I mean, yeah.
So obviously I feel like this movie is going to work better when both of them are out, but that's honestly my biggest gripe is literally just that. Like other than that, this story, like Miles proving that he's the best. Like him beating all the Spider-Men was fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that he had that plan to just go all the way and then fucking back.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good character evolution all around, you know, for Miles and Gwen. You know, I can only imagine that the characters will continue to level up.
Yeah. Soundtrack was somehow, I think, even better than the first film. Other than the
ha-
What's Up
it didn't.
Danger, other than that moment, I will say that is the one exception. What's Up
Yeah,
Danger is one of the best cinema moments. Period. I think of all
yeah,
time. Um, and I will argue with that to the day I die. But the Prowler theme, they somehow made that more scary.
right.
And Spider-Man 2099's motif was fucking sinister. Spider-Gwen's sound always sounded incredibly awesome. Spider-Punk sounded fucking chaotic and punk as hell, and I loved it. And then Spider-Man India was also sick. Like, every character had their own unique theme and motif, and it just really shined.
I think that's true. But the only thing that this was missing for me was like a theme like Sunflower or something that was kind of like the anthem for that movie. You know what I mean?
Fair.
But that besides that, yes, like the actual like score, the score was great.
Yeah, let me specify that. The
and there were
score. The score.
yeah, there was insertion that I thought was done well, but there was a lot more insertion of like the Metro Boomin album,
Yeah.
than the last film was inserting the album stuff, like the
Yeah.
actual album. But yeah, overall, I would say that the score was great.
Also, love like. Also, I have to gush. Spider-Man 29's cape retracting was pretty cool. That
Yeah,
was cool. Like
no,
a hint
definitely.
to his original appearance with the cape.
Yeah, it was great.
So many little like love notes to Spider-Man mythos. And I have to say, just I as a Latino person, Latino parents and Hispanic parents can be tough sometimes. And immigrant parents can be tough sometimes. And I feel like this film really captured that feeling that I felt when I was growing up and kind of trying to go outside of my norm. But my parents not wanting to see me hurt pushed back. I think legitimately everything with the mother and the father was wonderful.
Yeah.
The characterization of Jeff and the characterization of man, I'm forgetting her name. Rio.
Oh,
Yeah,
Rio.
Rio. Rio's phenomenal. Her voice actress. I like that she gets more of a part in this film. And like, first film was the father's film. Second film's the mother's film. And I kind of love that. And then hopefully the third one will be both of them equally. But yeah, no. Even outside of the action scenes, the beats hit. The moments really shine. I need to watch this movie again to process it. To be honest.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, definitely go catch this in theaters. Can't recommend that enough. Seeing this on the big screen, I think, is key because there's so many little details, and it's just the best way to appreciate all this animation and hard work that was put into this.
And the next movie is not going to take too long to be here, so a year wait, but a year worth waiting.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I think I have to give this film 4.5 Spider-Punk guitars out of 5.
Okay. I'm going to give this 4 Web Warrior watches out of 5.
That awesome. Well,
as always, this has been the Cosmic Panel. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, support your local comic shop, and read comics. Catch you guys next time.